Mr. Boom decided to do a big interview with streamer Steak on Skibidi's birthday toilet. I assume that in the interview we will learn about the situation with Strike, the fight with the company that wants to seize the copyright to Skibidi Toilet. We will learn about the 78th episode and maybe about the posters for season 25. As soon as it all happens, I will make a separate video about it where I will tell you about all the details, so subscribe to the channel with a bell so you do not miss new videos. And now, while we're all waiting for episode 78, I wanted to ask you this. Have you ever wondered what the Speakerman Armada will be, and who exactly will be a part of it? Or what G-Man and Astro Juggernaut will do next, and if they'll be able to team up in the near future? Or the exact episode of Titan Cameraman's return? If so, this video was made especially for you, because right now, I'm going to tell you exactly what the Speakerman Armada will look like and what characters it will consist of, what G-Man and Astro Juggernaut's future plans are, when Titan Cameraman will return, and what hints there have been about it. And we'll also have a little discussion about why it's the Alliance that needs to win this war with the Astro Toilets. We'll discuss all this and more right now, and before the video starts, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and if you already did, here we go. As we all know, in one of the extra scenes of the full 77th episode, W-Man scientist said that the Speakerman Armada is about to arrive with improvements and stuff, but nobody thought about what this Armada will be and who exactly will be in it. So let's do it now. First, we'll have to be shown an improved Titan Speakerman, which should be a crucial part of the entire Armada. In addition to repairing him, he should have improvements, and let's assume together what they will be. Most likely he will get additional armor, because as we know, Titan Speakerman suffered a lot due to the lack of armor. Remember in episode 65 when he had to cover the core with his hands, or in episode 73 when G-Man was able to topple Titan to the ground with no problem, despite his relatively light weight. The second thing he needs to improve on is his armament. As we remember, all of his weapons are a core laser and 2 blasters on his hands, one of which came from Skibidi Toilets. Agree, very weak for one of the strongest soldiers of the Alliance. Most likely his lasers will be improved, and they will become much more powerful than they are now, as well as adding melee weapons. After all the other Titans have melee weapons, namely hammer and sword, so it would make a lot of sense to add something similar, like an axe, which would be very effective against Astro Interceptors to cut off their lasers or remove their protective helmet. Thirdly, he can improve his speakers, because from episode 73, we can understand that his speakers are too weak to stun large targets, and it would be good to improve this ability so that in the future, it will be possible to successfully stun large Astro Toilets. If you suddenly doubt that Titan Speakerman can be improved in such a short time, let's remember G-Man, who in just 2 episodes managed to improve so much that he defeated Astro Juggernaut without any problems and even learned to become intangible. And now, considering the fact that the Skibidi Toilet scientists can help the Alliance scientists, it is possible that in episode 78 we will see the improved Titan Speakerman. Also, we should see the improved Speaker Woman, which we haven't seen since episode 70 when she helped in the destruction of Skibidi Scientist. In general, Speakerman is a rather forgotten character who appeared only 3 times in the series, and it would be strange if Dafook just forgot about this character, so I think she will definitely appear in Speakerman Armada. We should also be shown improved Big Speakerman, who we haven't seen since episode 67, when one of them gave his life for Plunger Man. They most likely got long-range guns like armored cars and armored vehicles that the cameraman already have. In turn, they could share their technology. They should also add jetpacks, which absolutely every agent now has, allowing them to move faster on the terrain, while their weaponry consists of firearms such as shotguns or acid cannons, which are now most effective against Astro Toilets, as they are not familiar with this type of weaponry, because acid is an Earth resource, while Astro Toilets are an alien race. In addition to this, they can improve their air and ground transportation. Of air transportation, they have the Speakerman helicopters, which were prominently featured in episode 63 when catching up with G-Man along with the Titans, and the Speakerman plane, which brought in the Speakerman in episode 61. It's likely that the Speaker helicopters, like the camera helicopters, will have rocket launchers attached to them, allowing them to counter small and medium-sized Astro Toilets, while the Speaker plane could become a bomber bomber and suddenly drop bombs on Astro toilets, just like the Skibidi bomber from episode 62. Also, we should be shown improved speaker spiders, which we haven't seen since episode 59. Most likely, they will be equipped with machine guns that will shoot down Astro toilets so that they will be killed by Speakerman ground forces, while their main speaker may become something like a mini nuke, from which a large charge will fly out, causing a lot of damage, as well as they will have added armor so that they do not die immediately after the first shot from the enemy. As for the appearance of this armada, I believe it should appear in the next 2 episodes. Well, Speakerman has been dealt with. Now let's talk about combining the Astro Juggernaut with the G-Man. In one of my videos, I already told you that G-Man will threaten Astro Juggernaut, but I think that Juggernaut realizes that G-Man is right without this threat. Now I will explain why. As we know, G-Man and Astro Juggernaut used to fight and take over worlds together. But then when G-Man voiced his opinion about all this, he was banished along with his underlings. It is possible that even then Astro Juggernaut supported G-Man's policies, but was not banished because he was very strong and therefore useful to the Astro toilets, and was spared. And now, when he has already committed 2 misdemeanors and is on the verge of being killed by his own allies, he should really think about which of these options is better: to stay in the service of Astro toilets and then be destroyed by G-Man's secret weapon, or to switch to G-Man's side, thus making himself and his children safe. And most likely he will choose the second option, because he knows G-Man as a good military leader and friend, as well as for the safety of his own children, whom he values and loves. Now let's try to speculate where exactly these two could go in the last extra scene of Season 25. G-Man most likely flew to the place where the infected TV man Titan, aka Revenge Guardian, is located to try to free him, because based on the poster in episode 74, it is clear that G-Man has already been infected with something similar, and therefore knows how to get out from under the influence of this parasite. We see that Astro Juggernaut obeyed the order and flew to the base to improve himself, but most likely after improvement, he will fly somewhere lonely to think about his situation and the situation in general, and then make the right choice for himself. As for the return of Titan Cameraman, let's remember a recent incident. In case anyone suddenly doesn't know, let me briefly recount it. Just recently, one of DeFook's former employees leaked about 50 different shots to the internet, including those from future episodes, among which I found this one. It clearly shows some detail, and one of the subscribers suggested that it might be Titan Cameraman, but we can't say for sure, because at first glance it's not clear what it is. If it really is Titan Cameraman, then most likely he will appear in the next 3 episodes, and most likely in 80, because DeFook said that this episode should be one of the most epic in the series, but it is possible that he will appear after 80 episode, because after it will be only epic episodes. Now I'll tell you, Pochechmu, you should subscribe to our channel. The next video will be exclusive, because Dafuk Boom finally answered my 2 questions about episode 78 and the situation with the Skibidi Toilet blocking, so don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out. And Super Cameraman was with you as always. Well, we'll meet you in the next videos. Good luck everyone, and bye-bye.